Ow! Why do I do things? I have to admit that sometimes I film the project I'm working on first, and then I do an intro after. I'm just really quite an amazing actor, so you probably can't tell any of the times, but this time you're gonna this time you're gonna notice. I am down for the count after my second vaccination shot of Moderna. And right now I'm thinking maybe having COVID would be better. Every joint hurts, terrible sleep. You don't even care. What you want to know is that, hey, it's time to finish the safety list on the Ford Falcon. Let's see if all of my efforts pay off and the mechanic likes the work I did. All right, so let's go get right into it. First up, I need to do a parking brake and a bunch of other things. All right, let's just go right back to Biden trying to answer a simple question. So let's see what we've got in the box. That's obviously a big brake disc. Won't quite open anything quite yet until I go through the instructions on this and that. What's in here? We've got, that'll be the caliper with the brake pad already attached, I believe. Yep, I'm pretty sure there's brake pads on that. I'll open that up in a second. Okay. A thing, bracket. There's a mounting plate for lots of things, probably the caliper. And lots of hardware. And what we pay the big bucks for, a Willwood sticker. We'll just put that right over there on the refrigerator. Okay, so we've got, obviously the drive shaft's going to have to come off here. I read ahead a little bit and it discussed 4 of the 5 carrier bolts being removed. And I really didn't like this part. It said the furthest one to the left stays on. And, you know, I hope some people don't just jump in there and go ahead and think the left side is the driver's side like it always is. It said the furthest one to the left when facing the pinion. All right, so this one's gonna stay in place. But let's get this drive shaft off first. I maybe should have put this car up on ramps. Maybe I should still even. Gives me a little more height and I feel safer. I remember way back in the day I was doing a U-joint and I dropped the drive shaft on my head, probably why I am the way I am. I'll get that washer off now before it goes flailing all over the place. You know, I used to do this stuff in a gravel driveway. I haven't always been this wealthy. You could tell I'm wealthy because I'm under my own car, not hiring someone else to do it. And there goes the washer, but at least I kept an eye on it this time. And it went right in the middle of the jack stand. Now, this is where I got to be careful because right now the drive shaft's not attached. So this is when I got one in the head one time. So I'm just keeping my arm up to protect myself in case she goes. And I'll get the pan under the transmission. I'm pulling it out of the transmission tail housing, and sometimes training fluid will leak out. So I have a pan underneath it. Let's push it forward. I might have to tap it with a hammer. There it goes, effortlessly. Let's pull it out of the tranny. Oh, there's a bunch of fluid popped out, but not too much, just a drip.
I'll try to leave. What have I done? All right, I gotta put the drive shaft down behind me. Okay, so this time I bonked you in the head with a drive shaft. Sorry about that. You'll be fine. Okay, drive shaft's on the ground behind me. Oh my God, I hate this creeper. Okay, if they're gonna put the word professional on a creeper, it better actually work. I'm gonna go get my old crappy creeper in a minute. It works better than the nice new one I bought. So for a quick test fit, the way this goes is over your pinion, and then you'll see the two bosses that are welded onto this plate. They face forward on the driver's side. Yeah, this one's going to get used. It's this one. Oh, that's right. It's further left if you look at it. So that's the one that's staying on. I was kind of thinking furthest left counterclockwise, which would be this one, but no. Pay attention to the instructions, and it says quite clearly that one. So, yeah, so it's going to end up going on like that. There's no hole in the plate for that one. So let's get these other four off and do the rest. I know I'm going to look a little clumsy here, but it's because I'm laying on my back under a car. So, I don't have a lot of room under here. Okay, so this is the way it's going to go. Let's put a bolt through and a spacer. And pop that into place. Another good reason to buy a classic car in this time and age, I mean, this is June 2021. It's going to be interesting to look back in a year and watch this and see if it actually happened. But I think we're on the verge of massive inflation. Really, money's not going to be worth much in a little while. I've been through 2 recessions in my life, and I think a huge one's coming up next. So I think hard assets, classic cars, and real estate are the ticket to getting through the next year. I think it's going to be a real problem. I think the price of everything is going to go skyrocketing high. Already, real estate is gone bananas. Anyway, hard assets, cars, I mean not junk cars, but classic cars, collectible cars, in good shape, and real estate. That's the only thing that you're going to be able to come out of this. Okay, one more. Spacer and a washer. Oh no. Oh, there it is. It's hiding under some stuff. Okay. Hopefully I can get that one on the back there. You won't see this one, but I'll just root around and grab it. There we go. Set my torque wrench to 37.5. Okay. I won't quite click it yet. I'll just get close. Okay, one more. Okay, this one I can click. It's the last one. If I can get close enough. Holy. Am I on 37.5 or 137.5? Okay, I'm going to do them all a little bit more. Okay, that felt better. This one. Okay. Alright, I'm done with this creeper. I'm going to get my old one. Oh, that's, my God, that's so much better. I'm just gliding around like I'm on a cloud. Why did I ever think I needed to replace this one? I don't know. Alright, where were we? On this one, I think. Okay, there we go. The first one, I'm just gonna try one more time just in case of things. Besides, this creeper works so good, I don't mind rolling around on it. Yep, we're fine. Next. Okay, well this is fun. They said, take these spacers, these tubes, and run them through these bosses to make sure they don't bind. If they do, grind out the inside of these bosses a little bit. Well, why wouldn't they say that instruction before you mount it? So you can do it on a workbench in a vise. So now I just got to hope they slide nice. Definitely. And, oh, definitely. Woo! That was close. Okay, then it said take your brake calipers apart. I just had this situation doing that. I was just like to there on that one. I was just about to reposition it in the vise, and it popped out of the vise. And of course, parts scattered. So I found the little backing plate for the brake pad on the one side and the little pin that pushes it, but I can't find the other brake pad like that one. And of course, everything just went into 3 old bicycles that I just have sitting here for some reason. I'm just gonna, believe it or not, I cleaned this up not long ago. Well, and then I moved stuff into it, as you know will happen. And now I can't find that brake pad. But when it hit the ground, I don't know. I followed one thing, you know. I followed this little pin with my eyes, but the brake pad itself, you know, too bad I'm not a chameleon, right? You can just run your eyes 2 different directions. Okay, after moving everything, and I mean everything, looking for this thing, and then I was just about to stick my hand in this big pail of old used oil. Thank God I didn't, because here's the vise, and then right there is the brake pad. It didn't go far at all. It only went 1.5 feet. But, you know, it's the same color as the dirt on the table, so. All right. Okay. Oops. Okay, now it says put these disc mounting brackets on the back side of the pinion with the chamfer in the holes, mounting holes out. So, like that. And I didn't bring the hardware to hold them there. Okay, let's mock this up. Countersunk holes are towards the front. This tucks in just behind the U-joint mount on the pinion. Let's get this disc out of the way for a minute. And attach a nut. Just hand tight for now. Okay, now everything's positioned. And we can slide the disc up. Okay, there we go. And throw on a couple of nuts and bolts there. Just loose it first. And one more. Okay. Try not to drop all these bits. And slide that through. All right, I gotta get these tight. That's pretty tight. Okay, that should do it. So right in here, you'll see a lock nut on an adjusting threaded bolt. So you can put a little socket on it from the back through here and adjust that. So you could turn it in to make it tighter. The brake pads will be tighter, or you can loosen it out if it's being noisy. Okay, that slides in and out there. Okay, it's nice and loose in there, so we're good. All right, cable time. Okay, so here's the emergency brake cable, free from its mount. I don't really see how I'm gonna, it might be too short. Oh, no, it loops all over the place up here. I'll be able to, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out up here on the floor. So it should function right where it is, actually. All right, I couldn't find one right away, but I just found one of these kind of pins that maybe I could just hold it in place temporarily. Okay, so this is
this is the mounting bolt for the emergency brake cable, or the mounting bolt hole, I should say, right where my thumb is. And I got to make some kind of a clamp to hold emergency brake cable in that spot. I found a good solid bracket and cranked that down good and tight, and I don't think that cable's going to slide. I'll just pull it first. Last time I pulled it good and hard, it just popped right out of its mount underneath there, but I can see now at least it's staying. So when I get it down off the ramp, I'll make sure that that's actually locking up the car. Okay, let's find me a drive shaft. Jam that on home. And it's in. Come back down this end. Give it a crank. Pull it home. Set it in place. So I now have a parking brake. A lot of work just to maybe use it one time for the safety. Ow! Why do I do things? Oh yeah, gotta tighten up this exhaust, but I'm gonna do that at the front, and I'm gonna put it up on ramps to do that too. So let's get out from under this car. Okay, with any luck you can see what's going on up here. That pipe will be a little hot. I didn't run it for too long. I was hoping that it wouldn't get too hot, but she's loose. Oh, big time. So let's see. Hopefully I can tighten these in without having to get a torch out and heat those up. Now I get to see all the framework that was done to manage this big heavy engine. It's been, this whole box section has been beefed up. This whole front end is from an early or mid 70s Mustang 2, so the mounts and everything for the front end is all fabricated custom here. Looks plenty strong. Original frame was fine, but it's been all beefed up with extra plates of metal. New motor mounts fabricated in there. The more I look around, the more I see just the effort that was put into making this a good strong structure up here. A lot of power coming out of this thing. All right, so what's that? 9/16 or 5/8? Didn't even bother bringing a 9/16 because just looking at the 5/8 socket, it looks like it's more likely. Yeah, 5/8. I better use a shorty though, because otherwise I'm going to be into the frame. Just trying to loosen it a bit so that I can free it, and then maybe it'll tighten up. No, it's going tight in its hole, so I would have to pull it right out. Okay, so I pulled the one bolt out of the manifold because it just won't turn in any further. It must be gummed up down deep inside the thread. So I'm just going to put this on the grinder and just take 1/8 of an inch off the end, and then that should tighten it up enough. I'll do this for now. It'll tighten it up and it'll get me down the road at least, and yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, I shortened it up a little bit. And I thought maybe I should just put more washers on it, but I can't find washers this size. So I don't know if I took enough off to get this tight, but we'll see. Oh yeah. That's pretty tight. How about that? That's fixed. Let's just see if it's possible
to get a socket on that top one. Well, it's clicking now, but I'm not going to have any leverage on it. And it's not going to tighten anymore anyway. Not with the little ratchet. So I think I'm good for now. Maybe just that bottom one was good enough. Maybe the top one was in far enough and it was just the bottom one had loosened out. And that's tight. And this side is good. That side's easy to get at. I mean, look at how obvious. Look at how right out in the open those ones are. I could easily do those. But this one here, not as much. The one at the top, it's just hard to get at up there. Easy for a muffler shop though. They got all the things. So let's leave that for now. Okay, I didn't want to get the grinder out or anything. I don't want to go crazy on this axle, but I think I might be able to just scratch a spot on there with the pry bar. Wow, that's painted really well. I gotta find out what paint was used on this axle, because I'll use it in other places. It's really tough. Okay, I'm gonna try this fillet knife. It's pretty sharp. Okay, so see how I got a little area of bare metal on there now? And then when I bring this down into place, I should be able to weld that up, no problem. Okay, I'll go get a clamp, hold that down. I'll just hold that down and tack it. I'm not going to be using a helmet. I'll just be closing my eyes just for, you know, just to touch it. Because by the time I focused on it through my mask anyways, it would be done. It's just a thin tab. I don't want to go crazy on this, so I'll just hold this in place, keep it down. I need gloves though, because I'll be dropping molten lava on my hand. Okay, gonna use my fancy little Lincoln MIG-Pack 10, just 110 volt unit, so not too heavy duty, but it does stuff around the garage. All right, put my mitten on. Let's get a ground strap on that. With any luck, that'll work. And let's give this a shot. Let's get comfortable here, pull down on it, and go. Wait a minute, not quite yet. And go. Nice. We're getting there. I think that's probably good enough. Blanket's on fire, but good. But when I cover that up in black paint, I'm sure it'll be a little nicer. Plenty strong. Other side. Remember, this isn't a show car, this is a driver. So if someone wants to crawl under the car and comment on my welds or my painting skills, have at her. It's not going to bother me. Oops, big drip. That was dumb. Let's just try that again. Actually, that works pretty good, rubbing it. Looks pretty nice. Okay, let that dry, and we're done. Get rid of that. Maybe bend this line up so it's not rubbing on the... Oh, I see, it's attached right there. That's a flex line. Well, while I'm under here, I mean, I should be using better paint, but I might as well touch up, if I could find where I put it. I'll also just touch this up a little bit. All right, from 3 feet away, I think it'll look okay. I mean, I could get in there with a Dremel and clean that all up. I could get in there with a Dremel and clean that all up. Or I can just say, let's call it a night. It's good. I found my safety check sheet from the mechanic last year, and one of the things I needed to fix that I forgot about was the tailpipe. Sorry about the lighting. But the tailpipe had come away from its bracket there, so I put a big gob of weld on there. I should really grind some of that off at the bottom, but hey, it's plenty strong. I think that should be fine. Okay, wheel bearing adjust, top up the brake fluid. I'll do that right now, it's easy. Left rear tailpipe, loose weld hanger, did that just now. That's it. Okay, so really the only big deal I got to do now is the front wheel bearing adjust. Okay, let's see about this wheel bearing. Grease cap is off. It looks brand new. Seems fine. Well, it looks fine. Okay. Okay, like I said, it looks like this was just done. Hopefully that did adjust it 1 notch. I don't think it did. There was no slop in that at all. Okay, let's put this back together and hopefully that'll satisfy the safety. Done. Well, how about that? It passed the safety. Pretty exciting day. Off to Service Ontario to get the plates changed over from my other car, get this Falcon registered as fit, and go for a drive legally. Now we're legal. We're on a public road and I'm driving illegal. This is such a strange feeling.
Oh God, this is what I thought was Blair Witch. I'm pretty sure it is.